Okay, I'm off. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Love you. See you soon. Don't you love travelling? Got my passport, look. Got my suitcase. Bye, sweetie. Yeah, I know. Nobody's going anywhere at the moment, are they? And quite a lot of you, I would imagine, are going completely stir crazy and all you want to do is travel and go somewhere exotic. Well, stay with me, because we are going somewhere exotic. You won't need your passport. You won't need your suitcase. You're coming to my shed. That's not the exotic destination. We're going to the exotic Far East. Because those nice people at Strezhov have produced an amazing Asian musical journey called the Jade Ethnic Orchestra. So I'm going to take you on a musical trip to the Far East because you can't leave home at the moment, but you can in your musical imagination. Let's see how it turns out. Okie dokie, I have made a little micro template here, which I thought you'd think was quite fun. Good, I'm glad you do. What we're going to do, this is what it looks like. Well, okay, quick overview of the library. Very straightforward. Well, not straightforward. I say very straightforward. It's very easy to use. So you've got bowed string ensembles, solo strings, pads, percussion, plucked strings, voices, and winds. It is literally a Chinese version of an orchestral library, plus lots of all the solos. So it's not an orchestral library. It's not a sort of solo or ethnic. It's both. And it means that what I'm really attracted by this is that there are a lot of sounds in here I've never heard before. There's a lot, there's quite a lot of instruments I have no chance of pronouncing. Isn't that lovely? Okay. Close your eyes and imagine you are by the Yangtze. Ah, he cocks it up. Who needs air travel? I do. No, I've sort of gone off air travel. I'm not missing it at all. I rather like my new life sitting at home. It's good. Okay, now, let's do Sitting by the Yangtze. As I just happened to do that, we will. Too fast for Sitting by the Yangtze. What are you doing? That's not sitting by the Yangtze. That's mugging somebody and running away by the Yangtze. That's better. Okay, the first thing I do when if somebody says, "Oh, could you do a Chinese sequence in this film?" or whatever, and you go, "Yeah, sure." As I Google the various scales, and you've got a pentatonic, you know, so if it's Middle East and whatever else, you go, okay, yeah, let's look up what the scale is. So these come up with a couple of pentatonic ones. And then there's another pentatonic one, which is sort of pentatonic minor. Now, I apologise from the bottom of my heart for the fact that I have done no more research than 2 minutes looking on Wikipedia to work out what Chinese music sound like. I have done a film which involved a lot of Chinese music, and it involves a lot of research, a lot of listening, a lot of talking to people who genuinely know what it's all about, and then recording with some amazing Chinese musicians. It was great. It was an animated version of Iron Man. It was really good. And that I've forgotten absolutely everything I learned at that point. Gone. Do you hear that? Oh, there's another thought gone. Look, they just fall out my head all the time, and I have no idea. Stop, Guy. This is why they said you were losing your marbles last time. Right, we're going to... Okay, by the Yangtze. Does that sound like By the Yangtze to you? It does to me. Okay, now, what do we want to go with that? What I have got, okay, what we're going to do with this is put this in a more realistic context, is to combine the rather lovely Jade Ethnic Orchestra. Okay, let me just talk about the interface for a moment. Strezhov has done, pretty clever, is polyphonic legato. So if you click the overlap button, you get two at once. If you want it to sound like sort of classic solo legato, and they've got these really nice little release samples at the end. And they've got close mics, Decca Tree mics, and then they then played the whole lot back in a big orchestral hall in Europe, and they've added reverb. So if you just want it naked, you can have it naked if you so choose. But I like the sound they've come up with. I think it's great. Okay, so we're going to start with that, and now what we're going to do? What? You haven't got it? Hang on, I've got to have an idea now, haven't I? That's dangerous. Okay. I'm always caught a bit when I do the ethnic stuff, because the first thing you do is you play something a bit cliched, and there's, you know, all this kind of whoop, 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 cultural appropriation, verging on racism. You've got to be very careful not to be too stereotypical, but this is just for the purposes of demonstration, you understand. Ooh. No, okay, let's stick with this. Otherwise we'll be here all night. Okay, so we've got some little trems going on there. We could try... Oh, string longs, here we go. Right, so you've got an entire string orchestra. Who won? Who 2, and then a whole load of things I haven't heard of which are unpronounceable. Morin Kor, Zhonggu, and bass Morin Kor. So shall we see what happens if I put a bass Morin Kor under this? I bet when you got up this morning, you didn't think. I think it's going to need the scale and warmth of an sort of Western. Ooh, that's lovely. Right, I tell you what, we're going to put, let me just put some harmonic perspective in here with some ensemble strings. What are we going to use? This is the hybrid bit. Remember I said we were going to zap this up combine it with some Western instruments, because that's, I think, more realistically how you're likely to use it. Okay, but that's where we're going to start. Sounds like the beginning of a wildlife. A lot of what I do sounds like the beginning of a wildlife show. Now we're going to send it to that reverb. Let's have a little answering phrase on Erhu. Where is the Erhu gone? these sounds could easily have a place in a piece which is not specifically about China, I think. How about MK? There's a little answering phrase going on in there. What am I? Hang on, hang on. Stop. I'm not having that. Stuck note time. I've been getting that a bit recently. If you're into all this kind of thing, obviously don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe and tick the little notification thing, then you won't get people won't tell you when I'm doing this and when I'm doing live things, because we do quite a lot of live stuff, which is super exciting. So subscribe and do the notification. Okay, so now things are starting to trick over here. Now, what haven't we used yet? We haven't used... We've used one wind. I wonder if there's another wind we could use, a lower one. The alto dizzy. What are we going for? I can see the sun rising. I can see the cormorants fishing. I can see... Better having a good imagination than an air ticket. That's what I say. I think I'm going to have a t-shirt made with that on. Okay, this is definitely going okay. Let's get some more of these ensemble strings in, because I'm liking the... Actually, I could do with some trems. What have we got going on? How about... What happens if I do this? Don't rush it. Oh, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. You see, there's another side to this library we have yet to explore. Do you see this little folder up here? The one called Voices. You ready for this? That is not a sample you've ever heard before. Unless you already own the library or worked on it, in which case you've heard it lots. These are Mongolian ladies. Oh, please stop. Look. All the rest of the strings are working great, and you're not. I'm just really disappointed with you. And if you don't behave yourself, I'm going to have a word with Paul and tell him off. Tell him to tell you off and behave yourselves and all that. Right, this is straight out of the box. This is not, you know, nothing in particular. Okay, look, I'll tell you what. Let's up the tempo a bit. Oh, right. Hello, Mr. Thompson. Could you possibly tell your string players to stop playing, please? They're hanging on too much. I'm sure it's down to me or my installation or something, but because it's my favourite string library ever, and it doesn't normally do that, so it's definitely down to me. Guy. No, don't tell myself off. That's when people start questioning your sanity. Right, now we're going to go into a little up-tempo section. A sort of... No, just not. But we are going to go into a sort of... We're going to get one of these little shorties going. The trouble is, either I'm going deaf or I'm definitely going deaf. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. Too long listening to massive speakers thinking, oh, I'm young, I can listen to this at 150 decibels for 12 hours a day. What could possibly go wrong? What did you say? Be warned. Okay, what am I trying to do here? That's right. Don't worry so much about being deaf. Worry about not being able to remember what you just said. Yuri, click. Okay, we need a bit more click. Oh, that may be too much. I don't know what that was. Sometimes I don't know what that was works out though, doesn't it? Is this one of those times? Sunglasses of doubt at hand? Not absolutely convinced. Tempo track, tempo track. Riding through the glen. Where's it gone? I know you're shouting at me again. Go, it's there. Go, it's there. Go, it's there. There we go. Thank you. Have I already got one of those? And I just can't find it. What am I doing? Ha! All the stuff's up there and I forgot I put it up there. Okay, that'll do. Look. Is it perfect? Yes, I defy anybody to say it's not perfect. Of course it's not perfect. If it was perfect, I wouldn't be anything to do with it. I don't do perfect, I do quick. We can put one of those underneath. Okay, that does sort of work in a weird, offbeat, semi-competent sort of way. Ooh, I like that. Looks like we're moving into percussion world, doesn't it? Okay, let's speed it up, mate. 23 minutes, you can't hang around. I think what I'm going to do is revert to my old friend Steppenpot, because it's particularly good for things like this. Where's it going to go? It gives you a chance to be a little bit more thoughtful about stuff. Okay, so 16. Yeah, well, there it is, step input. That's the one. I wanted quite a lot of little offbeats like that. This is so out of time. Okay, I think that completely offbeat idea is a bit too offbeat for its own good. Ditched! Listen to the detail in this. Can you just listen to the detail in this? Quality bit of sampling, that. Okay. Top tip, line them up. Top tip, open them both at the same time and see the true nature of the horror that befalls you. Okay. Looks to me like lots of them are half beat out. That works. I like that. We're going to go with that, and we're going to loop this funky little percussion geezer. I say geezer. Got any cymbals and gongs going? Oh, because they're all set to channel 1. That's why. Okay. Channel 2, Channel 3 ensembles. Ooh, that sounds. They've got longs and shorts of all these things. So we're going to have a long followed by a short. Ready? Long. Okay, at which point it peters out, descends into chaos, and I go and get another cup of tea. I'll tell you what's going to go, though. Now we've got this going on. Yeah, sorry, Marinko, but you had your chance, and frankly, you blew it. You know, you've practiced all your life, you get the audition, and then come the day, you go all nervy, and that's that. I'm really sorry. That's quite nice. He's going to get another chance. It's just in a different form, in a different guise. We're going to set it to 16s, and we're going to go. What's that going to sound like? Could sound terrible. I tell you what, I didn't notice it was going in 60. I think that might be a little bit too much. Let's put them in eighths, because I think eighths would be more... Okay, that works, he says. What happens if I double that up with Zhonggu? You can't double it up with a Zhonggu! Don't you read your orchestration manual? Never put a Morincourt double with a Zhonggu! Somewhere. Well, it sort of works. Double it on the octave. Second time round. Okay, this is definitely... I say this is definitely working. As though anybody out there agrees with me. You're all shouting at the screen again. I can hear you. No, Guy! Don't do it! Don't double your Zhonggu with your erhu! What are you thinking? You lout! Well, all true, all true, all true. Right. Oh, I just want to take... Look, I'm getting so excited I need to calm down. So, just a word from our sponsor while I... How to Write Music is my online course that takes you through every step of the process. How to get going, chord progressions, tune writing, developing and arranging your music, 6 hours of exclusive video tutorials, a course text packed with tips, and a supportive online community. Get more out of your music and sign up today. It definitely needs something else on the top. We're going to have... Oh, do you know I've been waiting for a soprano hool, whatever it is. I mean, it's another one of these... Sounds like a double reed. Oh, what about Windchair Short? Whoa. Okay, use that as your score. Look at where the hits are. That's better. Is this too much? I don't know if I think it's too much. Right. I don't think that's the worst thing I've played today. How far back are you prepared to go, Guy? Maybe there we go back to soprano dizzy. If you actually play something approaching a tune guide, there's a half a chance you're going to remember it. If you just let your fingers wander off as though they're an unsupervised toddler, then you're going to end up with a load of nonsense like that. On they go. They can stay on, except I can't see what I'm playing. Okay, so I've got a kind of tune going on there. You call it a tune? Go on then, you do better sitting in front of all these people. Okay. What happens if I do that? Then we can join one in an octave below. Whoa! Actually, you can do it the easy way, Guy. Cut and paste. -12. Job done. And then we're going to get rid of it. Then it can come an octave under there. Yes, I think that's a good idea as well. Shall we have our the girls back? Yep, you lot. Where are you? Oh, here we go. Let's do some syllable building. Yeah, it does all this as well. This deserves a bit more time to be absolutely, because it's a very good but it's a powerful system. I wonder if by randomly clicking on these to go Luchakna nu, I'm actually saying your breath smells like a puppy. That's not very nasty. I'm not very good in insults. You see, even if you just don't set it up and you just put random syllables in like that, so they probably are saying, please could you tell me the way to the bus stop or something. Please could you tell me the way to the ice cream for tang. What do we think? Yeah, it could do with a really good mix, couldn't it? But we haven't got time for that tonight. Dare I go back into the world of the... Yes, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add some... like this is going to work. I wish I knew why that's not working. But not like that. Ish. Look, that's too loud. Okay, Dawn on the Yangtze. No need for the glasses. Those voices do work in there, you know, they really do. Suddenly, the bustle of breakfast time. I really like this library. I think they've done an absolutely astoundingly good job. Everything is, the attention to detail is fantastic. But the most important takeaway for me is not only are they really, you know, convincing Chinese instruments, many of which I've never heard before, but they're totally transportable into other domains. You know, those Mongolian voices, the flutes and things like that and the percussion's great, really, really good. You could take any of that and put it in a different context. It doesn't have to be in a Chinese context, and it would sound fresh, uplifting, and original. So, you know, it's a mid-price library, but you are getting an awful lot for your money. And hats off to George and his team, because they've done a really good, really good piece of work and enriched the world of sampling and given us sounds to play with, which most of us have never heard before, let alone actually written for. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that. And I'll be back with another one very soon. Stay safe. Goodbye.